Hello, I'm glad you joined me. Thanks for watching. I wanted to share in just a few minutes today what is happening in the realtor business. I think a lot of people know that there was something that happened. It was a news story this summer, but they don't really know all the specifics. In fact, I've been wanting to do this for literally months because I wanted to get a solid amount of information out there to explain what's happening. And today I had an open house. This couple, really sharp couple, came to my open house today. She was an environmental law attorney, recently graduated, and he was a mechanical engineer with a large company here in town. So they knew a couple things about this thing that happened this summer. One is they knew that, in case you didn't know, a lot of people don't know this, but realtors can no longer advertise to the realtor itself what the seller was willing to pay the buyer's agent to represent the buyer. They knew that, which was, I was impressed. The other thing they knew is that, generally speaking, they knew that they really had to engage or sign a contractual agreement with a realtor in order to work with them. What they didn't know is that the reality is that the only way you can see a house today is, and tomorrow and the next day, is to go to an open house. Now, there is another option. If there's a for sale sign in the front of the house and there's some person that's out front, maybe a guy, you could go up and ask him to see the house, but you want to first of all ask him if he's ever been convicted of it being an axe murder. Okay, obviously you don't want to do that. It'd be better to work with a realtor. That's one little small thing. A realtor cannot show you a house anymore. Like, for example, in the past, what I would do is, I'd have other houses in the area identified, and if somebody wanted to go see those after we were done, we'd go see those, right? I'd be kind of prepared for that. Now I can't, not unless you sign it's called a buyer broker agreement. This all happened over the summer, maybe back last spring. Don't know the dates. I don't need to know the dates. I know in Oklahoma, it got settled and then it went into place, I believe, the first week of August. So that day, if you were to go into the MLS, local MLS, Greater Tulsa Area Realtors, you would see that as a realtor, there was no more information about the buy-side compensation, which I actually think is incredible. So there's that. The other parts that are kind of very interesting is that, and again, I'm doing this because I'm a financial planner at heart, and I just wanted to put some education out there that I hope will be helpful, quite frankly, not only for buyers and sellers, but maybe for realtors even, right? So the reality now is when I list your house, the contractual agreement is going to be just with you and I. There's no no buyers and agent involved, nothing. So whatever you and I agree to that I will charge you because of my great value, that's what it's going to be. Most times it's 3%. I don't care what the price point is. Often with a higher price point, $750 or $1 million or more, there's often a lot more marketing that's going in, a lot more work, planning really incredible brokers open so that other realtors will come and check the house in advance, video, drone footage, all that kind of stuff. So now if you're a seller, I'm talking to you right now, there's no more 6%, it's 3%. And why that's magical is there could be a situation where if you're selling a lot of investment property, and because the buy side commission, how much they're willing to pay a buyer is kind of talked about. And let me say on a side note, I think you should still plan for about 6, because we want every broker, every agent. By the way, we don't work for free, as you don't, right? We don't work for free. So if I'm representing a buyer, I need to be compensated. I don't just do it for fun, right? I got to feed my family. What I advise sellers is you need to plan for 94% net of the sales price. If you're selling your house for $500,000, you need to plan on 3% of that, $15,000, going to me, and then be open for another 3%, another 15 to go to the buy-side agent. You need to just think about when you're selling your house that there will be 6% off the top out of the proceeds of when you sell the home. It's not paid in advance. It's not paid no matter what. It's only paid when you sell it, right? So that's super critical to understand. This is about total disclosure, right? More transparency, which I love transparency. In my financial planning business, everybody knew exactly what was being charged. I love it that we're finally getting to that point in the real estate business. Let's say you're selling something that might be a good fit for an investor. And let's say it's a corporate investor that wants to buy your home. So remember, I told you that you really want to plan on 6%. But if a corporate investor who has a staff of realtors, staff of lawyers, they're not going to need that. They're not going to ask for any commission. So guess what? That means you're going to get more, right? Because I promise you, you as a seller will not make, even though a lot of people thought this initially, it's absolutely not becoming true. as they sell, especially buyers. Well, you know, since the seller doesn't have to pay a buy side commission, I can get the house for cheaper. Let me put you in that position. What if you are a seller and you're listing your property? Are you going to drop what you're willing to take? If the market value says it's up here, are you willing to take 3% less? No, you're not. You're going to want to get the most money possible out of the listing. Now, what's cool is there's an opportunity every once in a while, not often, where you only pay 3% total, right? That's incredible. So that's what it's all about, the transparency. You have to have a contractual agreement with a realtor like me, so you can go show you a house if you're a buyer. If you're listing, if you're somebody who's wanting to sell your house and you want me to help you, it's only going to be 3%. It's not going to be 6%. And for me, getting good knowledge into the hands of buyers and sellers in this new world is so critical. I don't care if I don't know the dates. I don't care if I mess up. I've just got to get this to the buyers and sellers, and I hope it helps them. By the way, my name's Kevin Shahan. That wasn't important. I should have said that up front, right? Actually, it is important. I figured if you're watching this video, at the end of the day, if you want to work with me, you'll find me. Have a great day. Take care.